You're simply the best. Better than all the rest.
Hello, welcome back to the channel. It's JPA here. I'm obviously going to do the second part of the season review. If you've not seen the first one, then obviously go back and watch it. Not just for the views, it'll just not really make much sense if you're just watching it for this point. So I suggest you go back and watch that, and I'll just get straight into this. So we're now midway through December. Up next was Hibs versus Rangers. Finished 0-0. Really disappointing result, because in that match we really dominated Hibs. We were much the better team, but we just couldn't get that goal. I think Morelos himself had about 3 or 4 really good chances to score. Hibs defended well, but we probably really should have won that game. Next up was St Johnstone away, another tricky away tie, and we actually went behind in this game, and it looked as if we were going to peter out and lose the game until Morelos popped up with 2 late goals to give us the 3 points. Really delighted, because, as I said, it was a tricky away tie, and it was just one of the ones that was looked to be heading for, if not a draw, probably a defeat, because we were losing at the time. Morelos popped up with the 2 goals to give us the points, which is really, really pleasing. Next up again, we had Hibs, this time at Ibrox. We played them twice in really quick succession, and that's due to the fact that we had cup games, and it postponed the first game, which got pushed into December, so we had to play them twice in a couple of weeks. This one finished 1-1. Again, it was frustrating. Morelos scored fairly early on, and we just, again, couldn't take our chances. We dominated the match, but Hibs had a late surge, and I think maybe 2 minutes for the end, cross came in for the left hand side, and former Rangers player Darren McGregor managed to get ahead on it to give Hibs a valuable point. But you have to say it was 2 points dropped for us, and this was a game we really had to win to kind of give us confidence to go into the second Old Firm game of the season. We went into that Old Firm game at Ibrox not really expecting much, to be honest, with the way we've been playing in the last couple of weeks. But we managed to dominate Celtic. We dominated the ball, we dominated most of the possession, created a good few chances. Ryan Jack got the goal. I don't know if you remember it. Ryan Kent sent Lustig for a hot dog, cut it back, and Jack put it through Scott Brown's legs into the net. Really good finish, and it was a really, really good win, and everybody at that point was on a high. This was just before the winter break, and we were going into it full of confidence. We'd cut the gap. I can't exactly remember how many points it was, but we'd cut the gap significantly on Celtic, and it looked like the second half of the season was just going to bomb on. We were going to do really, really well and possibly catch Celtic. Unfortunately, that wasn't to be the case. We came back after a couple of weeks off in January. We played Kilmarnock at Rugby Park. Difficult game, but it's a game we probably should be winning. Jermaine Defoe, who had signed in the January window, got his first goal. We opened the scoring. Brophy scored, and then Jones, who had incidentally signed for Rangers, was played in this match, which was a lot talked about at the time. Should have played or should he have no? He answered that, and he scored the winning goal for Kilmarnock. Really disappointing. And incidentally, this is the game that I specifically said, maybe not on the videos, but I said on social media, that game has cost us the league. Now, I'm not saying that game in particular, but it was that point that I realised we weren't going to win the league, because we were just far too inconsistent. We were dropping points left, right and centre, and we couldn't, in my mind, couldn't go on a 6-7 game run without dropping points. Next up was Livingston away. We had to do better than we did in the first game, which we lost 1-0. This game we dominated again, 1-3-0. Ryan Jack, Ryan Kent and Morelos got in the goals. So it was a good win after that disappointing result against Kilmarnock. So went into February, disappointing after a couple of results, and February was actually a reasonably good month for us. We started off a 4-0 win, St Mirren. This was quite controversial, this game, because we actually got awarded 4 penalties. Tavernier scored 2 and missed 1, and Defoe got another one, and Ryan Kent sealed the win. It was a really good win for us at the time, because we had to go to Pittodrie. We went to Pittodrie, and that was another massive game. We won 4-2. Morelos got 2 goals, one of which was actually voted goal of the season. Tavernier got a penalty. Jermaine Defoe rounded it off. Cosgrove got a penalty for them and scored an open play. But this is also the incident where McKenna clashed with Morelos. McKenna got sent off and Morelos got sent off as well for the 3rd time against Aberdeen, which was disappointing. So after the 3 real good wins against Livy, St Mirren and Aberdeen, we went to Ibrox against St Johnstone, full of confidence, and we just didn't turn up. I really don't know what happened in this game. We just won out the races that day, and we ended up drawing 0-0. Really terrible 2 points dropped in my opinion, where we could have went on a really good run. We ended February with a really good 5-0 win away at Hamilton. Again, for the second time this season, we got 5 goals, and there were 5 different goal scorers. Ryan Jack opened the scoring, Jermaine Defoe, Arfield, Tav got a penalty, which we usually get, and Lafferty got a rare goal. This was a significant win for us because it was the first game that we didn't have Morelos. Obviously, he was banned for a couple of games after that Aberdeen game. Moving on to March, which was actually the worst month of the season. Didn't win a single game in that month, and that's probably what put the nail in the coffin for the league title. We drew with Hibs again. Candace had opened the scoring, but Camberry got a late goal, and Darren McGregor got sent off for 2 bookings, but it was like damage was already done, and we dropped points there, 1-1. Next up was Rangers versus Kilmarnock at Ibrox. Morelos scored the equalising goal because McElhenney for them had opened the scoring. It was a really weird goal this. It was one of the ones where McGregor came way out his box when he didn't need to, and McElhenney went round him and scored, and Morelos had to save the day with a late goal. But it was disappointing again to drop points. Next up was the 3rd Old Firm game of the season. This one, it was at Parkhead again, and we lost 2-1 to Celtic. It was actually a really good game, and it was one where we went down to 10 men early on. Morelos, yet again, was now his 5th sending off for an elbow on Scott Brown. Edward had scored, Kent equalised, and it looked like we were in the ascendancy at that point, and we probably could have went on and won the game, but then Tavernier made a mistake with a back pass, and I think it was McGregor ran on it, passed it in, and Forrest finished off to win 2-1. Really disappointing, and to end the month with just 2 points out of a possible 9 was really disappointing, and as I say, that's probably the month that lost us the league. Into April, and this is the start of our great run, the best run that we put together in the entire season. And it was off the back of Morelos being sent off. We had to kind of change the system a little bit, and we changed it by playing Defoe through the middle, playing Arfield just off him, and Kent had kind of had a free role. And we played 3 sitting midfielders, which was Davis, Jack and Kamara, and it really started to work well for us. We started with a 3-0 win against Hearts. Defoe, Goldson and Arfield, really good win. Hearts were in no danger at that point of beating us at all. We then went to Motherwell, which was a difficult venue, and we swept them aside 3-0 again. Arfield with a hat-trick. Defoe was outstanding that game as well, I remember that. We had to go to Tynecastle after that. On paper it was a difficult game, but again we blew them out the water. First half we scored 3 goals through Defoe, Jack and Katic. Hearts came in a little bit in the second half and scored late on, but it didn't really make that much of a difference to the result, and we won 3-1. Next up was Rangers versus Aberdeen at Ibrox. Now, Aberdeen had already taken a couple of points off us and knocked us out both cups, so it was a bit of a heated game, but we actually dominated the game. This was a weird one as well because we dominated the game so much, but we didn't actually score in an open play. We got 2 penalties, both put away by Tav. Both were penalties in my opinion. And that meant we got maximum points out of April's games. 4 wins out of 4 wins. 4 games, sorry. May, we've played the final game against Hibs at Ibrox. and it finished 1-0. Jermaine Defoe got the goal. We were plain sailing in that game. Again, we dominated, and McGregor stupidly got himself sent off in the last couple of minutes for being a bit stupid and kicking McNulty in the back for no reason. So that was disappointing to lose him for the up-and-coming Old Firm game. It turns out we didn't need him. Fordring stepped in and did a great job, and we won 2-0. Goals coming for Tavernier and Arfield. The Tav one was a free kick which was sailed over. Nobody kind of got a touch on it, and it sailed into the net. And Arfield's was a real good break where Camera played it into Defoe. Defoe done the dummy, and Arfield put it away for 3 points against Celtic, which in this game, the first game we kind of dominated, but it was a lot of hard work. This one was just dominating, complete game. And I didn't think Celtic had a chance of winning that one, to be honest. Last game of the season was Kilmarnock at Rugby Park. Rangers were on the back of 6 wins in a row, really brimming with confidence at that point. Kilmarnock needed to win for Europe, and Kilmarnock went away and won. We just really didn't turn up in this game at all. Chris Burke opened scoring, former Rangers player. Morelos got his 30th goal of the season, which was I was delighted for him to get that. And then late on, Kilmarnock got a controversial penalty, which I didn't think was a penalty, and Brophy put it away to give them the win late on. Disappointing end to the season, because I thought at that point we were on a really good run. So that's me talked about all the games, and you can kind of see where we dropped points and where we probably kind of threw it away a little bit. First half of the season wasn't as good as the second half. Finished the season on 78 points. We won 23 out of 38 games, drew 9 and lost 6. I think that we can all agree that it was probably the draws that kind of cost us that. We drew 3 times against Hibs, 2 against Kilmarnock, 1 against Aberdeen, 1 against Dundee, 1 against Motherwell and 1 against St Johnstone. Really not good enough. The 6 losses, incidentally, were 2 against Celtic, 2 against Kilmarnock, 1 against Aberdeen and 1 against Livingston. So if you take that stupid Livingston one out of the equation, the other 3 teams are teams that we should be competing against for the league anyway. So in that respect, it's disappointing to have lost to the teams. The 9 draws meant we dropped 18 points from that. 6 defeats meant we dropped 18 points from that. So altogether, 36 points dropped. And as you can see, that's what a couple of teams in the league actually ended up on. So for that aspect, really disappointing that we dropped so many points in a season where we were actually pretty close to Celtic. They didn't really cause us any problems in the Old Firm games, albeit they did win 2 of them, but it was by a single goal, and you could say that both goals were kind of controversial in terms of what happened in the build-up. So I'm not really disappointed with how we played against Celtic. It was just the other teams, Kilmarnock and Aberdeen in particular, we just couldn't beat them. Hibs as well. We just had too many nights off where we should have won these games, and that's what ultimately led to us not winning the league. So in conclusion to this, I'm going to give Gerrard a 7 out of 10 for his first season, and that's probably dropped a little bit because of how we did in the 2 domestic cups. I thought in Europe we were brilliant. I don't think there's anybody going to deny that. We've probably done better than we actually expected to do in Europe. We did well to get as far as we did, and it was disappointing to go out at that point. But in terms of the league, we finished 9 points behind Celtic, which is disappointing, but at the same time it's a better total than last year, and also we finished 2nd, which is better than 3rd. So in terms of the league, I'm pretty happy with how we finished. Obviously 2nd place for Rangers is no good enough, but I'm encouraged for what I've seen for Gerrard, and I'm encouraged with a couple of the signings we've made. A lot of people are kind of moaning about the signings we've made so far, like Stewart and Hasty, players like that. Oh, they're not good enough. These are just free signings until the transfer window opens, and then we're going to do some proper business, I think. Well, I'm hoping that's the case. And we've also got Ojo lined up from Liverpool if we don't get Kent. Although in saying that, I think we're actually still trying to pursue Kent. I've heard there's interest from Aston Villa, who have just been promoted now as well. So thanks very much for watching this, guys. I know it's been a really long video, but I just wanted to kind of talk about the games where we played well in, talk about the games we did not so well in, which kind of gives you an overall picture of how the season went. Overall, as I say, we've done reasonably well. Could do better, but I'm encouraged by the signs that I've seen for next season. And obviously, the fact that Neil Lennon's manager over the City, that's a real boost for us, I would say, because I don't think he's tactically as good as Gerrard. And I think it'll be an interesting season next year. Let's go. Let's bring 55 back. Cheers.